Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. As the great Douglas Murray has pointed out many a time, we are currently in a war for Western democracy. And at the moment, it doesn't look too good, does it? It doesn't look like we have the right kind of leaders in positions of power to lead us out of the crazy period that we are currently living through. No, those leaders want the power, they want the control, and they do it in a state of acting like they are compassionate and all for your actual needs and your wants. But a lot of people are sheep. The Bible even says we are sheep that have gone astray. You need a shepherd. You need someone to actually lead you out of the muck and out of the crap and into the light, the greener pastures, as it were. But unfortunately, in today's day and age, democracy is not the democracy we once knew of, where freedom of speech reigns supreme. No, these so-called leaders, these weak leaders, crave power, crave control. And as the old saying goes, once you vote in a communist, there's no voting him out. They're going to be there forever. Good luck trying to get rid of an actual communist, because they will rig everything to their liking and to keep them in that position of power, because they cannot give it up. It's like they're a bunch of narcissists. And I know that saying has been, or that term has been used far too often nowadays, but unfortunately, it's the truth. A lot of these communist leaders crave the power that they have at the moment, and they're ruling with an iron fist in a democratic society. They get away with a lot at the moment, and they want everyone that goes against them to know about it. They want to make an example of old ladies that say things on Facebook that you really shouldn't get jailed for or even charged for. But somehow they're saying, we actually know who you are. And the ones that really do incite violence, I'm talking about a particular activist group, particular little minority group that are very loud and very vocal and say nasty things about everyday regular people that believe in science and biology. Those people don't get arrested and charged. And I'm also talking about the other group, a very, very proud religious group of sorts. They don't get charged at all. No, they get let off scot-free after they've punched police officers in the face and broken the nose of one female officer, because their religion says that they can do that. Evidently speaking, they can beat the likes of women to an inch of their life and get away with it. Violence against women. Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of these leaders in positions of power at the moment are so weak they don't even know what the hell a woman is. It's really absurd and unbecoming at the moment what's happening to our society. And are people speaking up and speaking out? Yes, they're trying to, but they get silenced. They get censored. A lot of my views at the moment have been squashed. I was getting hundreds of thousands of views at one point. Now I'm barely getting any. Why is that, you may wonder? Could it be that this platform knows exactly what I'm talking about and they don't like what I'm talking about? Or could it be the algorithm has changed? I don't know. But the fact is, I'm not in this for money or anything else. I'm in this because I stand for the truth. At least I hope, as much as I possibly can, to stand for what's right and to stand for the truth. My integrity is far more important. And so if I have made a mistake in any kind of way, I apologize. With any information that I have said in recent videos that has been wrong, and I know that it's been wrong by these reliable sources, then I will admit that I have done the wrong thing and said the wrong thing. I'm not above the law. No one's above the law. That is including these politicians. But unfortunately, they think that they control the law, and they weaponize the law now to suit their own means and their own desires. And they will go after anyone, that includes Tommy Robinson being one, that doesn't agree. They'll go after anyone that is against the establishment, that is against the mainstream messaging. They'll go after anyone that doesn't fall in line. And isn't that rather similar to the likes of North Korea, where you have a dictator, Kim Jong-un, that rules with an iron fist? He rules and makes people believe that he is an actual god. North Koreans, the ones that have defected, like Yimini Park, share examples as to how this can happen. Tyranny always comes in the form of compassion. Oh, look, you've you're missing out on this. Let me give you this. I'm going to give you everything for free, but at what cost? See, communism in theory sounds great, but in practice and in actual reality, it's anything but great. You can't have an equal outcome for every single person on the face of the earth. It doesn't work like that. You can have an equal opportunity for everyone. Give everyone an opportunity, right? You can have a go at this, but the outcome is a different story altogether. If you want to give somebody, let's just say $1 million, everyone gets $1 million at the end of whatever they want to do, even though they haven't even deserved it. Who's paying for it, first and foremost? And secondly, no one is going to actually appreciate that $1 million. It's a fallacy, a lie. But these so-called leaders in positions of power will slowly but surely deteriorate democracy as we know it. They will do certain things. COVID was just one of them. They will showcase all their power. It's only good for them, not good for you. If they're a rich leader, they've got one set of rules. And if you are a poor individual, you got another set of rules that the ones that are rich have governed and set for you. Same thing with North Korea. And if no one's saying this, wake up. Seriously, wake up. Here is Jiminy Park share a North Korean's explanation of how communism starts. And trust me when I say this, Jiminy Park is a very smart woman. She survived a lot. Read In Order to Live. It's a fantastic book. Have a watch.
Tyranny always comes in the name of compassion and equality of outcomes. When I was at Columbia, they are brainwashing my classmates saying education should be free. Healthcare is a human right. How unfair is it that there are billionaires and there are homeless people? It should be we are all equal. This same idea began the living hell of North Korea. When Kim Il-sung came to my grandmother's and my grandfather, he said this to exacting to us. How unfair is that they are landowners, they are capitalists. And how unfair is that your children cannot be educated, you need to pay for it. If you give me the power, Kim Il-sung said, I'm going to make everything free. Government was going to provide everything for us. If we just gave up our private property, our freedom of speech, our freedom of movement.
There is always a significant cost when it comes to communism. Again, it sounds great in theory. Let me take care of all these things that are so-called bothering you. Education, healthcare. The government will look after it all for you. You don't have to do a thing except give up your movement, give up your freedom of speech, give up those things that are actually incredibly valuable for you to have. Oh, it's unfair that this education system is so much money. Don't worry, I'll make it for free for you. But I'm going to decide what kind of education you actually have. Therefore, it's not an education, it's more an indoctrination. Again, I'm going to restrict your movement. You've given that up. Guess what? These taxes that I'm currently paying as a capitalist, they're too much. Give that up. But also, you're going to have to restrict your movement because we can't afford you to go anywhere. And plus, I don't want you to go anywhere else. I want you to stay here. I want you to worship me. If you give me the power, give me all the power and I'll make things right for you. You think this is all unfair? By all means, I will make it right. I will fix all these things. Again, communism is a fallacy. It doesn't work. People have tried it and they've realized it doesn't work. But yet somehow you have these idiotic leaders that want to make communism work again. And it makes me wonder, as human beings, the ones in positions of power that don't have any moral compass whatsoever, is communism their way or their, I guess, their default that they lean towards, they go towards? I guess so. You look at Bible times, you look at what happened with the Israelites wanting to have a king. And God said to them, but I'm your king. But the Israelites know we need a king. We need a man that we can worship, that can lead us. Wasn't, good enough that they had Moses or Joshua or any of the judges. No. We need a king. We want to be like the other nations that have got a king. You know what God said to them? Okay, I'll give you a king, but he's going to take everything from you. He's going to rob you of your daughters. He's going to rob you of your land. Everything that you once loved is going to be the king's. If he wants it, he's going to get it. Doesn't that sound like communism to you? Just a little bit? That's what happened. God warned them, but the people still said, we want a king. We want to be like the other people. Again, that's why I'm going, isn't it like a default option? Because humans are going, we want a leader that is going to give us everything that we so desire. But you have to give up a lot in order to get what you so desire. Shouldn't we listen to people like Yemeni Park that have lived through the hells of North Korea and lived to tell the tale? But everyone's so blind nowadays, they don't really think too hard. Oh, no, it can't possibly happen to me in Australia or in the UK, but it already is. They're arresting Christians, for goodness sake, for not going in line and not affirming trans ideology. What does that tell you? Cult-like mentality. A leader will arise, and that leader will dictate what you can and what you can't do. Oh, sure, I'll sound it like it's a great thing, like it's all compassionate. I'm all for you guys. Kamala Harris. Really, she's just a communist in full disguise. You had Al Sharpton say, if reparations came across your desk, will you sign it into law? She goes, yes, I will. How unreal is that? Al Sharpton was a little bit taken back. I think he was in a little bit of shock. Oh, she just said that she's going to sign reparations. Oh, that is fantastic. So as a black man, I'm going to get a lot of money from the taxpayer. But guess what? You're a taxpayer as well, aren't you? Doesn't that mean you're going to be paying for your own reparations in some way, shape, or form? But no, I'm going to make quite a bit of money from this. So I'm going to vote in a communist. I'm going to vote in somebody that really doesn't care about your feelings, doesn't care about your neighbor's feelings, doesn't care at all, only cares about what she wants. This progressive liberal idea that is rather radical and a detriment to society. She's got no idea how to run or lead a country. She's got no real resume whatsoever that speaks of anything good. And that's just one political leader. Then you've got Justin Trudeau. Then you've got Anthony Albanese. You've got so many of these so-called leaders that are leading into a very, very weak period of time. And we need more strong leaders to come in and say, no, strong leaders need to take a hold of this weak time and turn these weak moments into a strong moment, into a strong time. That's what strong leaders are capable of doing. So where are the strong leaders, you may be wondering? A lot of them are being silenced, but one of them is fighting, and he's fighting like hell. And you better damn well hope he gets in, because if he doesn't, I fear for what's to come. But I'm also hopeful at the same time, because God said it was going to happen anyway. So there's that hope. So anyway, my friends, I hope you enjoyed this one, and I hope you saw it as a real warning of sorts. We need to listen to the ones that have lived through actual hell and lived to tell the tale, and not be so blind, not be so ignorant to any of this. We need to take heed, take warning, listen, and do something about it. use our voices, and start a chain reaction of voicing our opinions. The government is supposed to work for us. We don't work for the government. They work for us. It's why they're there. Anyway, my friends, you guys take care. You be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.